think I'm joking. Like, this is terrible rolls at the beginning. It's so bad.
He's like, I am not doing this today.
Yeah, we'll get all your bad rolls out right
Right
at
now.
the start, and then you'll do great by the time we get to.
You do great. All right, a lot of single digits. Okay. All right, this is good. All right.
Black Oni.
1d20. Okay. 120. It's fine.
Wait, did you just roll a 20?
I rolled 120.
Oh my God.
The rest of them were like single digits.
All right, y'all ready? All right,
go.
awesome. So, previously, in the city of Nogvarot, the party is tracking down this, trying to track down the source of a series of equidistantly timed grisly murders throughout the city. The party visited the music club Pocket Coppers and met with a halfling who was supposed to perform there that evening, but was now canceled along with the week's open mic night, which everyone's really, distressed about. The party then visited Rem Bardargo's Cargo and More, where Cara Pace, our artificer, who's not playing with us today, made her first payment using funds that she borrowed from Siren, daughter, and Nami. So she has the exact same amount of debt as she did before. She just now owes some of it to you guys instead of to her old boss. Following this, the party began to investigate these murders around town at Siren's behest. They began by going to the home of Dr. Hicrex Belcanto, the spouse of engineer Gerbo Knucklestamp, who was the first victim. Dr. Belcanto was happy to let the party into Gerbo's workshop, where he had previously been found dead some weeks before. The party quickly examined the scene of his death, finding a trace of a smell of decay in the air even these many weeks later, but otherwise didn't examine, much in the doctor's residence or office, other than stealing one of her anatomy books. The party then tried to get in to see Starosta Brume Luddy, but gave up after a few horribly failed attempts. They went to the home of Clara Ashbrook, wife of the third victim, Caspar Ashbrook, who's a member of the Last Aegis, and there they found a ledger of special item requests in Clara's general store, and upstairs found a locket, some flowers, and the grieving widow, who indicated that Casper had been torn apart silently in bed, while she had stepped out of the room for a moment at night after smelling a horrid stench and opening the window. The party concluded that they had three paths forward. One, perhaps visiting the town coroner to learn more about the attacks from his perspective. Two, perhaps visiting the second victim's home, and possibly also the street where he was found dead. And in the worst case, three, just waiting and see if another person dies, and then trying to use their death to identify the source of the killings more easily. So, it's starting to get a little bit later into the afternoon. You've been spending your day sort of going around the town. What would you like to do?
Let's, I guess it couldn't hurt to go to the scene of the crime on the streets.
The second victim.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
Sure. So you proceed through the streets to the address where you had heard that that the second victim, the bartender of the busted boot, Sanjar, had been found dead. So Siren and anybody else trained in survival can make a survival check.
Okay. Daughter will make a survival check as well.
I got a 10.
Okay.
Daughter got a 17.
17. Okay. So, in the streets, it's a sort of a busy intersection between on the street that goes between the busted boot and Sanjar's the Weftel residence, which is just a couple minutes away. At this point, outdoors, you don't find much that indicates any lingering scent like in the other places you visited. Nothing sort of left in the streets. But based off of your knowledge of the outdoors, of nature, based off of your survival instincts, your guess, daughter, would be that at this point, especially given how rainy this part of the empire is, the rain would have washed away any residual scent in a way that wouldn't have happened indoors.
Okay. I think the rain washed all the scent away from this area.
Well, maybe there's other things we can pick up while we're here.
True. Okay. Can daughter kind of look around the area to see if there's any other clues or things that look out of place in that area?
Go ahead, make a perception check.
Okay. I got a 15.
15. So looking around nearby. So again, this is in the scatters, the northwest corner, sort of quadrant of the city of Nagvarat, and the buildings here are mostly pretty ramshackle. Most look like they're built of some sort of old graying wood. One thing you do notice is that a lot of the homes have these small, sort of railing enclosed platforms on top of them, which is slightly different architecturally from, you haven't been in a lot of cities, but from the sort of the few villages and towns that you've passed through on your road north. This seems like a sort of a unique architectural feature of the buildings around. You don't see anything that looks necessarily out of place. But that would be what catches your eye in terms of just things that would stand out to you.
Okay. So then, okay. All right.
Do you relay that?
Yes, of course. Do you see that platform up there? Maybe something's up in that area. Maybe we can check up there to see if there's anything there.
Is there a clear way to get up there, or is it more like you have to climb and do some,
or go inside and walk up some steps?
You get the sense you would probably need to go inside. Based off of daughter, what you are seeing of the buildings around, it looks like a lot of these, it's sort of emerging from the center of the roofs of a lot of these buildings, indicating there's probably, in a lot of these homes, there's probably interior stairways that would lead up to these railing enclosed platforms on the top of the buildings.
Yeah.
Are these public places, or these are places, people's houses?
It's a mixture. So a lot of the buildings in this part of town are it's just private residences. But of course, a lot of and especially even a lot of the buildings you've been to already are sort of mixed use. A lot of them have sort of people's businesses will be on the first floor, and then living quarters will be on the second floor. The Knuckle Stamp Belcanto residence was a little bit of an outlier in that, in terms of the Hickrax's sort of clinic was in the front of the building. It was just sort of a one-story building, but most of the other buildings are sort of businesses on the first floor, and then living quarters on the second and possibly third.
Okay.
I guess let's go to the closest one that is a residence, not a residence, a business that's at least open, and see if we can get on the roof.
Okay. Sure. All right. So there is a small sort of florist that you spot that looks open. Doors open. There's a set of sort of like displays of different types of house plants, flowers, etc. that are outside. Go inside, and there is a halfling behind like a small counter towards the back. Welcome. As you come in, she's not really paying you much attention.
Okay. Daughter's gonna definitely look around and look at all the plants and stuff, and probably get a little distracted from all the stuff there. So,
Yeah, a lot of plants you haven't seen. A lot that are more from this northern region, a little bit hardier than the types of than what you would be used to from the south. Yeah.
I will walk towards her and kind of indirectly figure out like if she's you mentioned she's kind of doing stuff. If she's like doing stuff so much that she can't pay attention to a conversation, or if she's like
Gauge how distracted she is.
yeah.
Sure. I mean, she sees all of you. She seems like she'd be happy to engage. She's just busying herself while you're browsing. As you start to walk up towards her, she looks up and says, "Are you looking for anything in particular?"
Yes, actually. I'm wondering, has anyone come through here that makes you uncomfortable with regards to all the stuff going on here?
Uncomfortable? Not really. It's I mean, we're all pretty uncomfortable with the goings on, but no shady characters coming in here, if that's what you're asking.
Yes, precisely. I was wondering if it was possible to just go to the roof and do an investigation. We've been tasked with figuring out what's been going on in this town with regards to the murders, and there's a chance that maybe someone has been accessing the roofs of several of these buildings and doing something nefarious.
Yeah, sure. Make a persuasion check.
I got a natty 20 plus 4.
Okay. Yeah.
Nice.
You all look very imposing and official. Based off of especially this story you have about the rooftops, and you have a lot of detail in there. And she looks pretty impressed, and she says she looks a little excited to be maybe be part of an investigation. And she says, certainly. Sure, certainly. Right this way. And she brings you up the stairs. Upstairs there is another. The next floor up is segmented into like a large open area, and there are a couple back rooms, and then there is a stairway that is leading sort of up around the interior of the front open room that you're in. And bringing you up there, she brings you up to the top, where there's this just sort of like a 15 by 15 foot enclosed area, railing in need of some new paint, enclosing it. And looking around, you can see over the tops of a lot of the buildings of the city, farther away. Maybe a half dozen streets away, you see like the wall, the far northern wall of the town, and you see dotting the tops of a lot of these other buildings, these small, same small structures like you're on.
Do we get a sense of how well traveled or traversed the area may be, whether it's footprints or whether it's like unsettled dust or anything like that?
On this particular roof?
Yeah.
Make a survival check. Or perception or investigation.
Okay.
Depending on the type of...
I got a 19.
19? You get the sense that that this halfling probably doesn't come up here this often. Some people do make use of these. In fact, like you can looking across this, looking around, you do see on some of the rooftops there are sort of people sitting up there. You see somebody farther to the north, like painting, up there, etc. But a lot of the other ones are empty and more sort of decorative features that don't necessarily get, not everybody is making use of them. And it seems like you're probably the first people who've actually been up here in a while.
Got it.
Can daughter also do a perception check, kind of looking in the area where the murder happened to see that roof deck?
The area in which Which murder? The street that you're on?
Yeah. So the second murder is that roof deck the same?
The second person was found dead in the streets.
Oh, okay.
So you are on the roof looking directly down onto that intersection.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So can I do a perception check just on the intersection to see what I can see from there? All right.
Yes.
Let's see. Oh, okay. I got an 18.
Okay. With an 18, there are a significant number of alleyways around that people could be, be sneaking in and out of. There are definitely there are the roofs of these buildings. They're a little, you're not really sure whether they are suitable for, hopping between. Even though you are literally, up on the roof right now, these railed areas are sort of in the middle of the roofs that sort of slant down next to them. And so other than these platforms at the top, the rest of the roofs are pretty steep. So you get the sense that sort of jumping around from roof to roof would not be very easy. But again, there are alleyways, and looking around, most of the buildings are similar height. It's lots of sort of two-story buildings. A lot of the buildings have sort of windows on the second floor, thin strip of wood sort of separating the top floor from the first floor. Yeah.
Okay. So I turn to the group and say, I think that the person who likely did this wasn't traveling on the roofs. They were likely going in and out of the alleyways, if anything.
I guess we should investigate the alleyways then, in this case. What do you guys think?
Let's
Sounds like a good
investigate
idea.
the alleyways to another dead end. Let's go.
Sounds like a plan.
We're looking.
I'll say it
Not
again.
seeing it.
I think it's just a very violent heart disease that they all have. That's all it is.
Well, we do remember that those kobolds were exploding whenever they were dying, and I wonder if there's some connection there.
That's a
I
great
don't
point.
think that's heart disease.
Well,
It's internal explosions at the very least, and these victims seem like they've been almost exploded from the inside, from the descriptions and from what we can, gather.
yeah. That's a good point.
That's what I call heartburn.
Okay.
Hold on. I got a sound effect for that. Hold on.
So sure, okay.
Right to the alleys.
To the alley.
Head down into the alleys, and so what are you looking for?
Clues.
Anything at this point that just, obviously alleys
The
will
answer
have.
to the riddles.
Great
like
detectives.
blood,
We're
any
fantastic detectives.
Any like blood splatters or
Sure.
Or even traces of magic or something, or traces of
Something.
Yeah, like do we have so I think we would need to have detect magic in order to specifically detect
I have
magic.
detect magic. I can only use it once a day.
Oh,
Does this feel like a very important thing to use it on?
Not just yet.
yeah, I wouldn't say
Yeah.
yet.
Sure. Okay. So go ahead and give me. You can go ahead and give me another survival check, or perception.
Oh, great. That's not a 14.
Got a 16.
Okay, it says I got an 18.
And which rolls were those for?
Survival.
Both survival. Okay. So, looking around, you don't see this like blood splatter or anything like that. However, in one of the alleys, you do that is sort of a little bit more secluded, a little bit more So there's sort of overhang from some of the other buildings that's sort of blocking vertical, blocking the view of the sky. You do pick up the scent still sort of lingering in one of these alleys of this same sort of scent of decay that you had smelled earlier. And with a 16 and 18, following it, you are able to follow it, sort of starting to head farther, north towards the city walls, towards the north. But it sort of fades away once you get back out into the streets. So you do find those sort of lingering traces in the alleys, but you sense that, especially once it fades away back in the street again, you get the sense that any other sort of clues of that sort outdoors are probably going to have washed away, and your best your best bets are probably talking to people rather than searching the rain-washed landscape of Nagvarat.
Got it. So I feel like we're just so close yet so far away. Maybe we should head to the coroner.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
Where's the coroner? Out again?
So the coroner would be back on the in the east side of town in the Aegis block.
Okay, and we're west right now, I think.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. No. Right now you're much closer to like the Weftel House. But you could definitely the coroner. You could it'll take you a while to walk across town, but you can certainly go there.
Okay. Let's do it.
Right.
Okay. So you head across town to the building that has the Nagvarat morgue, and make your way inside. We'll say you just talk to the people at the front, and they're able to usher you down to the basement, where you find the town coroner, Pallas the mortician, who welcomes you and says, "Yes, what can I help you with?"
Pallas, can you help us? How about you go off, Siren, since you're leading us on this investigation?
Well, we've been tasked with investigating these murders, and we wanted to maybe pick your brain about some of the things some of the specifics about these murders, and maybe you have some insight on what's been happening. We've been hearing reports of visceral attacks and silent attacks, almost as if there's been explosions on the inside of them, or heavy slashes or something. What is your take?
Well, I don't know about explosions, but yes, slashes certainly. I still have the most recent body here. And he goes over and sort of pulls out from one of these drawers in the wall the body of Casper. Pallas is quite eager to talk about it. You get the sense he probably doesn't get many visitors here. So he's sort of like, pushes back, his long hair, and he points out, yes, you can see something large, significant claws. There are bites as well, and as he's pointing out these markings in the front of the torso of Casper, you are overwhelmed by this just like horrible scent of death and decay that is emanating from the body extremely strongly.
And this is daughter experiencing this, or everyone?
Everybody.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is unusual then, right? Like it's smelling
Bodies
much
don't
worse
stink like that.
Okay.
In a coroner's
Yeah,
office.
There's something about this that is it's much stronger smell than it should.
Pallas, this smell seems to be at every site. What do you think it's coming from?
Well, yeah, the body likely. It's certainly interesting. Yes, it's quite pungent aroma. But the bodies were at the same time quite stiff. Rigor mortis seems to have set in earlier than expected with the bodies. What could be causing this? I'm not sure. Intriguing.
So the bodies seem to be decaying faster than normal.
Yes, it seems that rigor mortis set in quite quickly, and then decay accelerated in the bodies so far.
Have all the slashes? Have you investigated the other bodies?
Oh, of course, yes.
Are the slashes all the same, and the bite marks in all the same areas, or does it change?
Well, this one, it seems like the slashes, same type of some sort of long raking claws tearing through the bodies. That's the same. Bite marks mostly the same. This one a little bit different in that they're in the front of the body. The other ones seem to have been attacked from behind, but same creature, that's for sure.
For the ones that were attacked from behind, they were in bed.
This is the one that was in bed. The other two, the Gerbo was down working in his workshop.
Okay.
Sanjar was on the street.
Okay. Got it.
Could I do an investigation of the body and maybe determine or pinpoint, narrow down what type of creature based on the sizes of the slashes and the bite marks themselves?
So what I would like everybody to do, I'd like everybody to give me a roll of their choice of either, for example, like nature, history, arcana, religion, etc. Something, some sort of knowledge-based skill, and tell me what it is about the body or the case so far that is leading you to make that roll. So who would like to go first?
Good question. I feel like I want to do a history,
Or you could do Arcana.
but Arcana, I'm trying to like tie the Arcana thing into what I would be investigating specifically, like if it was magical claws. I
It
guess?
has to be some type of magical creature for that stink to be
Yeah.
lingering as long as it is.
Yeah, I'll do an Arcana. I'll do an Arcana.
All right.
Let me roll again because I have advantage. Wow, Jesus!
Snake eyes.
Oof.
Ones.
Nice.
Oof.
So I got a 5
Nice
because I have
job.
+4. But
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Who's next?
I'll go next. I was gonna do Arcana, but I think I'll go with history and try to think if I can think of like maybe any other time, not like for these specific texts, any other time if I ever experienced this kind of like rot smell before, or it's like if I've run across anything that's relatively like that. Wow, I got a 10.
Ugh.
Okay.
We were
Who's
all
next?
rolling so well before.
I know.
well, at least everyone's rolling. Should I roll for Kara?
Sure. Something they're trained in. Something Kara's trained in. You can choose something.
I feel. Ooh, she doesn't have high intelligence, so she's probably more suited to. Let me look at her thingy.
Well, so in the meantime, Adrax and daughter. What do you think?
Yeah.
Oh, you go ahead.
Daughter, can I make a Well, I guess would a survival check help with like knowing the
You can
type of
justify.
class?
If you tell me what it is about the situation that's.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to use a survival check to see if I can recognize the claws.
Okay. Sure.
Okay. Oh my god, I got an 8.
8.
Oh,
Okay.
oh no.
We always shit the
Is that-
bed right when we get some clues.
Okay, so
Yeah.
for me, I think I kind of want to see if like I have a +1 in animal handling. Maybe I can probably figure out what type of species it could be based off that, unless that's a different type of role.
It'd be more nature if you're
Nature?
thinking of which species of an animal. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I mean, I got roll for nature. I go 10. Ugh.
Okay.
Oh my god.
These rolls. Goodness.
Okay.
We just don't have to wait for
Jesus.
somebody to die.
And do you want to roll for Kara?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll for history. Jesus!
Jeez.
What was it?
It's a 7.
7. All right. And what was the why history for Kara?
Maybe she would have had experience fighting it or researching it for any of her various mechanical things. You know, she would have to know what it would be resistant to, or what creatures could be resistant to the type of mechanized things she would build.
Okay. So, with these
Oof.
wonderful rolls, so to recap, we got a 5 to see if there's magical essence in the lingering smell. We've got a 7 to see if Kara, the artificer, has ever fought something like this before. We've got an 8 to see if from the claw marks we can get determine for survival what type of creature this may have been, and then we've got a 10 for nature to identify what type of species of animal this might be, and we also with a 10 a history check to see if there's anything throughout history that may prompt this smell of rot.
Oh my god.
What you get from this? So, putting all of this together, what you get is that this is probably not. You are racking your brains to determine what type of animal this is that may have caused this, and what you get is it is probably not some type of animal. You together have quite a bit of knowledge, especially especially like with daughter of knowledge of nature, and Siren having experienced tracking monstrosities and things like this, and you get the sense that this is probably not a beast or a monstrosity. This is probably, and given the aroma, you get the sense that this is probably something undead that you have, and thus something that's outside of your area of expertise. It's not something that you would have dealt with before. So this is something new, something you haven't seen before, something undead. One thing that tells you is if there has been something undead, a week apart, killing people inside of this city. Like, if there was like a zombie roaming around town, you probably would see it.
Yeah.
You would see it. So this seems like something intentional. Either an intelligent undead creature or a creature that's being used by somebody else.
Yes.
Okay.
Being summoned more so.
Okay.
I'm wondering if maybe the encounter that I had with the encounter that I had with a dream, more or less, can correlate in some way to what's been going on. And so I kind of recap to the group my dream and how I woke up, in a sweat and ash on my face after experiencing this kind of vision. And maybe this, whatever is doing this, has something to do with the ethereal plane or being summoned in some way, kind of stepping back and forth between reality. I wonder if it's something like that, and who would do something like that. Do I know historically if there's been I don't know, like even forces that seek revenge from, conflicts of past in this area.
Go ahead and make a history check or a religion check.
Okay.
Something over a 10.
Yes. I'm just gonna do history because I don't think my religion is all that high. Let me just look for religion. Oh, it's actually advantage as well. I'll just do history, but that might be a little bit easier. Okay. So that's either a 14 or yeah, we're gonna go with the 14. Yeah.
It's improvement.
Yes.
So,
it's over 10.
with a 14, this does the dream you had does tickle some memories of something about traveling at when you were younger. You would travel north to the more western side of the empire up to Comorta to visit. You had a friend there. There's some memories from your childhood of some of the imagery from your dream is just for whatever reason are coming to mind of your trips there. With a 14, not quite sure exactly. You might have to sort of meditate on it further later on. But
there's something,
not in a way that seems related to what's going on here. You also the creature you saw in your dream, to the extent that to which there was no physical form that manifested, but the sense that you got was not one of. It was one of rage and vengeance, but not something of stealth and undeath.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. Fair in.
So at this point, this is well. So first off, is there anything else you would like to ask the Undertaker? Palace.
I guess I'll ask Palace, if prior to these recent murders, if there had been anything in the past that was even similar.
Sure. He says, no, nothing like this. This is new. It's been quite good for business. But no, nothing like this exactly in the past. It's all brand new and exciting.
And have other people aside from ourselves and other officials been down here to ask about this, or?
No, yeah, just you and the Crown's Guard are the only ones who have come to look. Of course, Hickorax did the autopsy on the first body, Dr. Belcanto. So I've talked with her about the case, about these deaths when they started with poor Gerbo, such as he was. But otherwise, no, the first ones to show real outside interest.
Was she distraught in any way when she came to you at first?
When she first came in, she was in a bit of shock. I'm not sure if I would say exactly distraught, but was certainly in a bit of shock at the goings on. Not so much that she couldn't do a competent and excellent autopsy as usual herself, but of course, you must understand the strain.
Absolutely.
Do you have any theories on where the next location might be?
Do you think we'll have another?
I think so.
Oh, well, that would be quite exciting. Well, I can't say. Who knows? There's been 3 so far. All throughout the scatters, but who can say?
Okay.
Is there any part of you that's afraid for your own safety?
Afraid for my safety? Oh, I don't think so. I don't think I'm at much risk.
So the people who have died, then they are at higher risk. What could possibly have given the impression that they're at higher risk?
Well, I guess I was going to say I mostly spend most of my time down here, but I guess Gerbo spent most of his time, from what I hear from Dr. Belcanto, spent most of his time by himself tinkering away as well.
Yes.
But I don't really get out much.
Well, guys, I think we need to just head back to the bar.
So yeah, so at this point, based off of so going in for today, so you've talked to the Undertaker, you've visited the scene of the second crime.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't talked to the second victim's wife at all. You of course could just wait and see if somebody else gets killed.
Well, let's talk to the wife then. I feel like there may be something that we missed with one of them. Maybe we've talked to so many people.
Yeah, might as well cross her off the list.
Yeah.
Yep.
Install. Okay. All right. So the Weftel House is the same as all the other buildings around it. Again, one of these just like 2-story buildings, gray wood. Small enclosed area on the top, and the first floor is a tailor shop. There are approaching the building. There are sort of outfits in the windows, and when you the business is open. And going inside, there are bolts of cloth around, a number of outfits inside the store as well. Sort of cream linens, rich, heavy woolen cloaks, and there is a woman in the back, sitting at a desk, working a ledger. She's a human woman, about 25, long, thin, black hair. Tight, a light skin, wearing inexpensive but well-made clothes. White tunic, simple brass, heart-shaped necklace, green vest, dark brown pants, all tightly tailored. She, as you come in, she says, "I'm not taking on any new business. I'm sorry."
We're here actually just to ask some questions about your husband's death.
Who are you?
We're people on official business to investigate these murders.
Yes.
People on official business. Make a persuasion check.
Don't you have like something like card or something to show?
I rolled a 23.
23.
Ooh.
Okay. She says, "Oh, certainly." Just sort of like fingering her necklace, looking around. She says, "Well, what do you want to know?"
Anything you can tell us that will be helpful in this investigation. Maybe tell us, how did you find the body of your husband?
No. The Crown's Guard found him. They alerted me. I was asleep at the time. We worked different shifts. He worked the nights. I worked the days. So I was asleep at home when it happened, and the next morning they came and let me know.
Was there anything unusual about that night, or any new enemies that were made?
The day prior.
New enemies? No, I don't think so. Sanjar was quite popular. Well liked. Nothing was strange about that night. I was just home asleep like any other night.
Did you happen to smell anything?
Did I smell anything?
Mm-hmm. At any point of the evening?
No. No. Should I have? And actually, looking over her shoulder, actually, on the wall behind the desk, there is there's a small bouquet of flowers that's a few months old. So there is still just sort of like a faint smell of like these flowers in the air. They've sort of like dried, and there's that sort of just think about aromas flowing through the environment. But otherwise, she just is sort of looks around, looks towards the stairs, looks around, and says, "No, nothing. No strange smells."
Is it possible for us to look into the room? Your room?
I'd really rather you not.
Well, we're on official business. I would hate to have to grab more of the guards. We do need to investigate the area further.
Make a intimidation check. And you can do that with an advantage because you've previously established that you are actually here on official business.
One roll. I got a 14.
14?
Yeah.
Okay. So she rises and says, I'd really rather you not go upstairs. Nothing happened here. He died in the street.
I see that you keep playing with your locket. Is there a picture of him in there?
No. No, it's no pictures. Make a actually no. So one thing you notice, daughter, because you have sort of picked up on that. She is consistently just sort of like worrying at this small necklace, and you feel like you've seen it before, actually. Where did you see this before?
Was it at? It was at one of the other houses, right? Didn't somebody have a locket? The other wife, whose husband got killed in bed. Not Gerbo, but the other one.
Right, Clara Ashbrook. So there was very same looking necklace on her. She wasn't wearing it, but it was on the table in her bedroom.
So then daughter asks, did he give you that necklace, or did you get that recently?
He Yes, he bought it for me. Yes.
How long have you had it?
A couple months.
And while they're talking, I'm gonna do something stupid. Well, I'll have Kara do something stupid.
No.
She's going to stealthily disengage and just peek around. She would have noticed that her eyes darted towards the stairs at some point, and she would like to stealthily
make a stealth check while she's distracted.
Stealthing.
Come on, good roll.
Are you on Kara's?
I can't roll on Kara's.
Oh.
And daughter, I'd like you to make an insight check.
Okay.
She has advantage. Okay. Oh God. Thank God.
Thank God.
Daughter got a 23.
23. Okay. So first off, perception for her is a 5. So yeah, Kara is just sort of able to like sneak back and like stealthily make her way up the stairs. And while that's happening, daughter, Asami Weftel, the wife you're talking to, she's lying about something. She is not really telling you the truth about like what's going on with this necklace. And she also just seems extremely nervous about y'all being here. Kara going upstairs. Kara looking around upstairs. The second floor is sort of split into two main rooms. There's a kitchen, and so looking around, it's pretty Spartan. Simple table, hearths, some cabinets. And the back room is a bedroom. There's a simple bed, dresser, decorative curtain hung on one wall. Would Kara be looking at anything?
Oh yeah, looking for any secret areas or passageways, or even for any like notes.
Have her make an investigation check.
Yep. And her investigation, she has advantage on, so I'm going to roll again. So that was a investigation. That was a 15 for the first roll, and oh my god, yeah, a 19 plus, so a 23.
Sure. Great. Yes, with a 23, you're easily able to find. So this curtain that's hung against the back wall, pulling it aside, there's a small area behind it, a small shrine, there's a small bowl of copper and silver coins, above which is the sort of a golden sort of statue or bust of a smiling woman.
Let's have her make a history check to see.
Have her make a
religion.
Religion. Yep.
Okay. Oh, that is a 16 plus. Where's the religion? Plus, that's 18.
18. Yes. So you with an 18, Kara would recognize this, as, especially given sort of the bowl of change. Before the statue. This is a statue of Avandra, the change bringer, which that's not why she called the change bringer, but this sort of imagery of coins and luck, etc. does this play in. Kara would understand at least a little bit about why, at least part of why Asami seems nervous and didn't want to let you upstairs, given that the Changebringer is not a legal deity to worship in the Empire.
Would Kara know what this deity is able to do in terms of any sacrifices or sacrificial rituals being made to it?
So, there, no deities can be guaranteed to, perform acts for your whims.
Okay.
Depending on what you do for them.
Okay.
She would, with an 18, know Avandra is goddess of change, of travelers, of luck. That would be what would sort of immediately come to mind. Definitely not an evil deity. Not something that would, help summon things or,
Got it. Let's have her look around more.
Sure.
Okay.
And while that's go ahead and make just one more investigation check. And while that's happening, what's everybody else doing downstairs?
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say really quick. Daughter wants to use detect magic.
Okay.
Just to see if there's any magic within a 30-foot area.
Okay.
Can I actually see what kind of locket she's holding? The wife's holding,
Yeah. So it's a small
details.
brass sort of heart-shaped necklace.
Necklace.
Plain, at least on the front. On a small chain around her neck. And daughter, as you cast detect magic, you don't sense anything. It's not magical. There's nothing magical in this room. How does detect magic work?
It works within 30 feet, and I can sense a faint aura. It can penetrate most barriers, but it's blocked by more than a foot of stone, an inch of metal, lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt. Okay, you would get a very faint sort of magical aura of want to say abjuration from above, but nothing in the room you're in. And what was the investigation check?
16.
16. Okay. Separately, Kara would sort of searching around. It's a pretty, again, this is pretty sparse, pretty Spartan, but carefully, stealthily moving around these two simple rooms. She would separately come onto what is the source of what detected below. Which is just in one of the cabinets. There is a small. There's a tankard that is pretty elegantly carved. That looks much better made than most of the other stuff. It has this sort of very sort of serious face carved into the front of it.
She would probably steal it for sure. Probably do it before doing that though. Do it either a history or arcana check. I want to roleplay the character the way she would do it. I don't know which of those she would do. So I would
do an arcana check.
Okay.
As an artificer, she would probably do arcana.
Oops. Sorry, I was supposed to go to her thing. Arcana. She's +2. She got a 11.
11. So she with an 11, she'd be able to tell based off of some of the runes that are engraved into the base of it that it does have some sort of magical properties. But it's a very different type of. She's used to making like churning out bags of holding, and this is a different type of magic. So she's not exactly sure what it would do, but she could tell it has some sort of magical effect. So she's going to pocket it and put it in her bag.
A bag of holding, yeah. I think that's what she would do.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
that's fair. All right. I will make a note to have that later. All right. So what's everybody else doing?
So I guess I would ask more probing questions. Did you know any of the other victims or their families in any capacity?
No, I don't think so.
So you have no idea who any of these other people are? Not the victims of the murders, not their families. I've heard that this town, while large, has a lot of connected people.
Tell the truth. We'll know if you're lying.
Make an intimidation check.
Oh boy.
Oh my god!
I got a 21.
Good roll.
Natty 20.
Okay, she says, no. I know. I swear, I don't know. Didn't know any of them. No, I don't know any of them, not personally. Of course, I've been into shops. I've gone to the clinics. I've heard about who the victims were and their families. But no, I don't. I swear to you, I have no connection to any of them.
What do you think, daughter? Do you buy it?
So you don't have any connection with any of the victims or their wives?
So you get the sense she's telling the truth here.
Okay. I think she's telling the truth
And
about this.
so
This.
About this.
You were pretty certain that she was lying to you about something before about this necklace, but she seems she genuinely believes that she doesn't think she has a connection with the other.
Okay.
would daughter be the only person who knew and caught on to the necklace, or
Unless she's said anything to you folks, and I don't think she has.
okay?
Done.
Is there any area that you would feel comfortable with us investigating then, if we can't go upstairs?
Hey, if you'd like to look around my shop, certainly, but again, I'm not taking any new orders.
Why is that?
Well, it's been 2 weeks since
Tough emotionally.
my husband died. I'm doing my best to finish up existing orders, but
Existing over
I'm
again.
trying not to take on any new business right now.
I see. And so,
Daughter walks away from the group and kind of looks behind her to see if they could catch on and start heading over to where she's at. Like, I just walk away and start kind of looking around.
Yep. Siren, I'd like you to make another stealth roll for Kara as Kara comes back downstairs.
okay. Woo.
Uh-oh.
Okay. That is a what's her stealth plus? Where is it? Oh, I had to go down more. Oh, she has advantage. So that is a 16 or a.
Yeah, you're good. It was
Okay.
a 6 perception.
Okay, great, perfect.
She's just like really like freaked out.
Yeah.
She doesn't notice his car just like sneaks back downstairs.
It's here.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess as we go, since Kara came back, we just so what did you find upstairs?
Well, we go back to where daughter is first, and then
So just like we're seeing that coming back in.
And so I just say, we should head outside. I think we're done in here.
Okay.
And so we go outside to the shop.
And so
You see, as you're all outside, you see like Asami just like looking over the shoulders of one of the mannequins in the shop, folks trying to figure out what you're talking about.
so then
So
daughter sees her and then turns her back and then looks at the group and says, she was lying about that necklace. And didn't it look exactly like the other house we went to and the person who died in bed? I think there's a connection.
must be. If only we knew where he got it from.
What did you see, Kara?
And then Kara just like casually just like slips out this this what was it, a jar you said? But only like
a tankard.
a tankard. So like pulls out the tankard, but only just a little bit, just so that we can see that there's like something. And she goes, I think it's magic.
Oh, wow.
When
I
so the
did
tanker,
feel, I also did detect a little bit of magic somewhere. Did you find it upstairs?
Indeed.
Okay, yes. I detected a little bit of, is it aberration or
Abjuration.
Abjuration. So context for that. What would that even entail?
So, protective magic.
Oh. So she just took her protective
I
magic.
guess-
You'll be able to, identify exactly what.
I guess I asked Kara like, where was this found? Like, was it on something or something like that?
It was just in a cabinet.
Where did you find?
Just hanging out. Just chilling
What
there.
else was up? What else was up there?
Oh yeah, there was some shrine
deity.
for a deity. I forget the name of the deity though.
Evandra,
Evandra?
the coin
Avandra.
god.
Avandra.
Avandra, the coin maker.
I go
Changemaker.
into my my pouch and I bring out my coin. Did it look like this?
It did, you said?
Yes.
Yes.
Like,
What can you tell us about it?
Well, I guess I gave them like the little spiel of Avandra and what she is and being the change bringer, how she's like a bringer of luck and all that. And she fights for freedom and all that. So, and I go, maybe I could be a bit of a connection to her if we want to go back in, but that's only if that's a plan. I could have some type of connection with her because apparently this is not legal to worship.
Okay.
The Empire has basically there are only 6 deities that the Empire approves worship of. Palor, who's the god of the sun, Arathis, who is the god of like law, Bahamut, the platinum dragon, the Raven Queen, so god of death because people need funerals, Moradin, who's the god of the forge, and somebody else, but not Avandra.
Nobody else.
Not her.
It's not her.
Okay.
So,
well, I think we should take every advantage that we have with regards to this.
Yeah.
How are we going to break the news that we know, though? Or maybe you would be better suited to kind of say, I have a feeling, that you also believe.
Yeah.
I guess I could give it a shot if we so choose as a group.
Will you go in alone or?
I can go in alone, so she doesn't feel overwhelmed.
Yes. We'll wait outside.
Yeah. Guess I walk back into the shop and talk to her. I guess to talk to the wife.
She says, I swear I've told you everything I know.
I'm like, it's all right, it's fine. Just want to talk to you as two people of the same cloth.
Are you also a tailor?
I get it.
Yeah. Not that sort of cloth. And I just pull out my coin, my Avandra's coin, and show her.
I don't want any trouble.
It's all right. We're both of the same. Now, seems something has been troubling you. What's wrong? What
Make a persuasion check and do it at advantage.
Okay. Persuasion, where are you? Good rolls, please. And so that was a 10. 20.
Woo!
How did you know?
I had a feeling.
You shouldn't be showing that around. It's not safe to do so.
It's I know, but it's okay. But we are the same, and seems something is troubling you. As of the same religion, we want to make sure that we all have the best of luck. And sometimes that's even hiding something. But it seems like something is troubling you, and if they could help with a little bit of the investigation, it would mean the world to us, and probably even avenge your husband.
As you say this, as you mention sort of avenging her husband, you just see this this sort of wave of guilt come over her. She says, I truly, I don't know what killed him. I don't know anything about his death. But if I could tell you something that could help make things right, I would.
Okay. Well, thank you for your help, and we'll see. We'll find what happened to your husband. And I just walk out.
Okay. All right.
Well played.
I guess I go to the grim. I'm like, some don't seem right about her. So I just say, she had the guilt and everything and all that stuff going on. I'm just like, I don't know. Something doesn't seem right.
She did something. Why
Seems
else would
very
she
guilty?
Why else would she need this protective chalice?
Hmm.
Mm.
Well, I think we should just head back and try to learn more about this chalice.
Would Kara, having been to this city before, know someone who could maybe appraise or better identify what this chalice is?
Sure. So Kara would. This would be hard for Kara because most of the people who she would want to go to are probably not going to be on great terms with her right now. And probably are not going to want to see her. But she does suggest that there are a number of like smaller, like, you know, peddlers who make a variety of magical and non-magical goods in Peddler's Row in the southwest corner of the city. When you first came in, there were a number of people selling all sorts of like little like trinkets and jewelry and things like that.
Okay. I assume she would get the sense that that's probably our best option, or what would our best options be from a
So that's the in terms of people who you can talk to without causing problems for Kara. You're probably limited to
that area.
People in that area.
Okay.
Yeah. Probably do not want to, at least right now, given Kara's problems. You probably don't want to be going to like guild halls or things like that, which would probably be more competent, but would be a little bit dangerous for her.
Okay. We can either split our group or all travel together. Still, what does the group think? Split or stay?
Why would we stay?
I mean, stay together as a group.
Oh, where would we go if we were to split?
Well, I think our next location has to be the Peddler's Row, but maybe there's something else we can explore in the interim as well.
I think that's it.
Okay. So let's make our way down there.
Okay. So again, this is sort of a muddy but very colorful marketplace. There are down the side streets. There are some of these like crafting guilds and more serious shops, but Kara is clearly clearly very nervous and reticent to go there. There are a number of small booths of people selling various objects. There is a table where somebody is selling like gemstones. There's a table where somebody's like selling jewelry. There's a table where somebody is selling sort of like more like small like taxidermied like animals and like skulls and like small like plants and things like that.
Mm-hmm. I guess we'll go to the jewelry maker. Go ahead.
Well, I know Dan let me know that I know Kara wanted to pick up a shield in 100 gold piece precious gem. So either maybe she can pick that up somewhere, or she can give the money to one of us to go into one of the major stores to get that for her, if she wanted to get that.
Sure. You just go ahead and mark. What is it? It's 10 gold off for the shield. We'll just say she's able to go and find a shield somewhere, and then at one of the jewelers. So she's looking for a jewel worth at least 100, right?
Yeah.
So we can mark another 110 off for her, and say she's able to find this like pale blue, like tourmaline jewel that is maybe just over the threshold of what she needs.
Okay.
So you can send that to her.
Cool.
Heading to the jeweler. Sure. So there's a small gnome female who introduces herself as Rattlepop, and sort of shows you this array of various trinkets in front of her, and says, "Yes, welcome, new in town, visiting town. What would you like? Lots of good souvenirs for those passing through town. Not many of you these days, but welcome."
Hey, thank you. Do you have anything? I want to get a gift for a friend, but I need it to be magical. I want it to not just be a regular jewel. I want it to, or a regular item. I want it to exude magic in some way.
We sometimes have things like that coming through here. I don't have anything magical in stock right now. Mostly it's just bracelets, necklaces, things like that. But if you know what you want, I could probably put in a special order.
Yeah, absolutely. And I turn to Kara and say, "Babe, could you get something that looks just like this?" And Kara takes out the goblet and presents that.
Okay. So she picks it up, takes a look at it, and says, "Oh yes, certainly. These are actually quite easy to come by. It'll cost you, but I've had several of these brought in for people around town. How soon do you need it?"
Well, I want to ask you a little bit more about that, actually. These other people who've been getting these ordered, what is this for exactly?
Well, it's well, you already have one, so I'm sure you've already you've already figured that out. But you can, if you drink from this, don't get drunk. Can't be harmed by poisons, anything like that. Mostly people who want still to maybe drink socially, but don't want to get inebriated. Will come and get some of these.
Oh, okay.
It keeps you from being poisoned as well. That's interesting.
Yes. Oh wait, no, sorry, I'm lying to you.
Oh.
It doesn't. She does not say that. It does not say that.
She poisoned him.
Right.
I misread things. No, it just prevents you from being inebriated.
Okay.
I don't see the point of that.
It's not really my style either. Not quite my speed. But some people, different strokes.
Different strokes.
I guess so. You just drink water at that point,
What can you tell me about the people who do buy these? This was given to us as a gift.
Nice gift. You must have nice friends.
Yes, but why would someone have something like this?
Oh well, again, some people want to be able to, drink socially with others, but don't want to get drunk.
Did any of the other? So I'm sure we know all about the things that are happening in this town and how upsetting and troubling that is. Do any of the other people who have gotten these from you or anyone else have any connection at all to the people who died?
Oh goodness. Oh gosh. Oh, I hope not.
I hope not too.
I actually have a question. I was thinking about getting a new type of gold necklace, and so I wondered if you sell anything that looks kind of like this. And so daughter takes out a little scrap of paper and draws a picture of the locket that she's seen at the last two houses and shows it to her and asks,
Oh, certainly. I can do that easy. She pulls out a small tray that has some that look just like that, and says, "These are actually a popular seller. We often people will buy these, have them engraved. Yes, certainly, I could have one for you easily. Is there? Do you have a name or initials you'd like engraved on the back?"
Well, I was curious as well about this shape in particular. Does anybody specifically tend to use this type, or people from a certain religion, do they tend to use that type of locket?
It's quite popular as a more romantic gift.
Romantic. Okay. All right. Daughter turns around to them and says, "I think we need to just go back and start drinking."
Is there any ideas from maybe a hunch from my spirit, my purpose, and how committed I am to
What?
to finding out what happened here? Is there anything that's kind of like nudging me in any direction?
Sure. Yeah. So okay. So at this point, you've so there's two sort of pieces to what you folks have so far, right? You're not sure exactly what has been killing these people, but you get the sense that it is some sort of undead creature. The second piece is you're not sure exactly what ties these folks together, but there have been perhaps a number of things. The things that the thing that you have at least that you've picked up on has been at least two of these people had these necklaces, typically engraved, although you didn't look on the you didn't inspect them. Actually, did anybody pick up and look at the necklace that was in the first house?
I don't remember. I know we did an investigation in it, and we did look in the trash bin, and we looked on the dresser, and we did notice the necklace.
I don't know.
For the sake of, let's go with yes.
Okay. We'll go with yes. When you were there, when you saw the first necklace, I think you may have looked at it. It would have been engraved in the back with Clara's initials, so just with like CA. Actually, no, that's not true. What would have been engraved on the back would have been two sets of initials, CA and TB. So that is probably to the best of your, in terms of what your what you, if you had to have a hunch as to what your most promising lead was, that probably would be it.
CA.
And you seem like you have tracked down the person who has probably sold both of those.
Yeah. And so CA and TB, you said?
Yep.
Would Kara know what TB had any relation?
No.
Okay. I'm stuck.
In the name of helping you out, you are
Yes.
literally standing in front of the one person in this entire city who is most likely to.
Yeah. Well, let's. I guess
You are standing in front of the person who you tracked down, who you determined probably made this and engraved this necklace.
Yes.
I just went
Probably-
like, why don't we ask if the husband made a necklace here?
What? Okay, well, I ask, and it's like, well, what can you tell me about a necklace that you had engraved with CA and TB?
Yes, yeah, one of the TB series. Yes, yep. There have been a couple of those.
Oh, a couple of those. How many?
Oh, sorry. Who are you?
Oh, I'm here on official business. Actually, we're here tracking down potential leads for the murders that has been going on in this area.
Okay. And she sort of leafs through her ledger, and says, "Oh, well, there have been I've sold 4 of those so far."
4. When was the last one sold?
Oh, this probably a couple weeks ago.
Can you tell us about the people who you sold them to? Was one of them, yeah. Can you tell us about the people you sold them to?
Oh, well, people, not so much person, sure. Well, I can't imagine, he'd be caught up in any of this. This doesn't quite seem his, I can't imagine that would be the case. But, you're here on a official business?
Yes, we can't rule anything out right now.
Make a persuasion check to an advantage. I wouldn't want to get anyone in trouble.
I totally understand that. Ugh, one roll was a 14.
Okay. She said, yes, I've all 4 of them sold to Tarlin, Tarlin Brandybelt. He's quite popular, apparently, or at least it seems he tries to be.
Are you saying he's a ladies' man?
Or
somebody's man? 4 times over.
It seems, at least, of course, I have no way of telling if he's successful with any of these endeavors, but he seems to, he either tries to or is successcul. I couldn't say for sure, but he's certainly good for business.
Oh, I bet.
Interesting.
I bet.
Where does he live?
Oh, I'm not sure. He normally he comes and picks them up. Has come and picked them up himself. But I don't know if he has a show. I'm sure he could probably find him there.
Oh, a show.
Oh, a show.
Is he a performer, singer, dancer?
I think so. Yes, he's a. I haven't actually seen him perform, but he sure likes to talk about it. He's a singer, I believe.
And you don't know where his next performance will be?
Oh well, I think he normally he always invites me. He tries to get me to come to his shows, but I know better, seeing all the business he does with me. But where was it? Oh right, he says he performs actually weekly at an open mic night at the pocket coppers up in the scatters.
Pocket coppers.
Okay. Interesting.
What does he look like?
Yeah.
Oh well, he's a halfling. He's got sort of curly gold hair.
And that doesn't ring a bell to us. That's not the description of that last guy we saw at the bar across the street.
No, it pretty well fits the description of the person you saw in the basement of Pocket Coppers.
Okay.
The halfling you saw drinking alone, looking distraught, sitting in the basement.
Yeah.
Okay.
Literally the very first person you.
Yeah. Interesting.
Interesting.
So I turn to the group real quick and say, I think we met this guy already. He wasn't performing though, but he keeps telling everyone about these performances.
I think, well, he did seem distraught as well. Maybe because 2 of his girlfriend's husbands have died.
Indeed.
I think we should head over to Pocket
Yes.
Coppers.
All right.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you, Rattle Pop.
So.
Thank you, Rattle Pop.
All right. Rattle Pop says, if you see Tarlin, tell him that if he ever wants a necklace number 5, he knows where to find me. Closes her ledger. And you head back through the streets towards Pocket Coppers, across the street from the Busted Boot. It is about 6 o'clock. You find the bar, head down into it. Same as you left it. Tarlin, you can now assume, sitting at the bar, drinking alone, or drinking with the bartender, I suppose. And let's take a 5-minute break and pick that back up at that point.
Okay.
Good.
Cool.
It's possible that the jeweler is the one behind this and causing this to happen, but it's also possible that he's doing something to them, to the husbands, and murdering them with them
I don't
dead.
think he's murdering them, but
I don't think he's doing it. Yeah.
But there's some unlucky connection between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see if he's given anything to anybody soon, like any new people.
Right.
I don't know if there's a harem god that he's accidentally like sacrificing these husbands to.
Right.
But it's just not working out for him.
Nope. Yeah.
All right. Folks ready?
Yeah.
Ready.
Okay. So, again, so you approach Pocket Coppers, and actually, one of the things you notice is that previously you had seen these signs on the outside of the building with these big canceled, marks on them for upcoming shows. Indeed, it was. The signs were for performances for Tarlin Brandybelt, which show is canceled. You head down into the basement and see the bartender Azaki still standing behind the bar. You still see who you presume to be Tarlin sitting alone at the bar. As you proceed down, you see. As you recall from previously, the sort of stage on the side, the stage area, there's a piece of paper taped to the wall with signups for open mic, but again with the big sort of canceled symbol on it. And you proceed down the stairs, surround Tarlin, and what would you like to say?
Stab him.
No.
Are you stabbing him?
No.
Okay,
No
all right.
stabbing. No stabbing.
Okay.
Yet.
Yes.
No stabbing yet.
Okay.
So daughter leans into him and says, "I see
Whoa.
that you've been busy around this town, lover boy."
What? No. I'm not busy at all. My show's been canceled. I've literally nowhere to go.
The jeweler says otherwise.
Okay, so what I would like each of you to do is choose one piece of evidence or similar that you would like to present as part of your joint interrogation efforts. And then I would like 2 people. And then and then I'd like everybody to make either their choice of persuasion interrogation, or something else of their choice. Just have to let me know what it is, and let me know, again, what piece of information you're using.
I also want to observe the cup that he's drinking out of.
Okay.
Is it?
He's just drinking out of a normal cup.
Okay.
All right. Daughter is going to bring up the evidence that 2 women in town have the same locket from him, and that 4 have been sold. And so she's going to use she's going to try to use persuasion, or no, intimidation, to get him to talk.
Okay, go. Give me an intimidation roll.
Okay. I got a 14.
Okay. Siren.
Shit. I'm not ready. I don't know.
Okay. Adrax.
Huh?
I guess also just the same evidence of the locket. I guess that's another
yeah.
thing.
So something
Sorry.
else.
Different
Something
evidence.
else.
I'm trying to figure
Yes.
out.
Oof.
You could also use something that's just related to what you've been finding about the murders around town.
I guess I can ask her like more so like the smell that's been going
Okay.
around.
Sure. And what type of check are you using?
Ooh, what would that be? I'm not sure. I'm not sure like what would kind of like fall under.
You can just make another intimidation check if you would like.
Intimidation,
I'm just giving you
okay.
an opportunity if something else is your strong suit.
Okay, yeah, I can do intimidation for that.
Okay.
And
Nami?
I don't want to put forward any actual kind of evidence. I want to deceive him.
Okay.
I want to tell him that like all the women have come forward. The jeweler told us everything, so and like we know what you've been up to. Something like that.
Okay.
And I want to make a deception roll, obviously.
Okay. Oh, and sorry, and Adrax, do give me the intimidation check as well. So both of you. Yep.
Okay. That was 14.
Right, I'm just gonna.
Okay.
I'm gonna let everyone decide. Do you want blue, clear, or red?
go with red because of death.
Red.
For murder.
Ooh, that was good. I got a 17.
These rolls are much better. Siren.
I want to persuade him that
Yeah.
that we can do this the easy way.
Oh damn.
You know, this doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be this whole grand issue. We can just do this the easy way. So, you know, this is obviously we have all this evidence and all this information about what you've been up to.
Okay.
We want to help. Quote unquote.
Sure. Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
I got a 19.
Wow. Okay. 14, 14, 17, 19. All right.
Nice.
And as you're doing this, as you guys are saying all of this, Azaki, the bartender behind the bar, is just like standing right on the other side of the bar, just like, you know, like polishing a glass, looking like intently at Tarlin, just sort of like smiling, like, what did you get yourself into this time? And Tarlin is just as, I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him. It was, I swear, it was only supposed to be Front. But I don't know. I guess I don't know. Maybe I wasn't specific enough. It's my cousin Bruce. Bruce, he lives out he's into all sorts of crazy shit. And he said he could help me. I said I wanted to have Ron taken out of the picture, and I just told him. Well, I guess I didn't say that. I just said I wanted the husband of the person I was seeing taken care of. I know I shouldn't have, but he's just a terrible artist, offensive too, this was a month ago, and now every week since, it's been one of my a partner of one of my old flames being found dead, and meanwhile Ron's still walking around as if nothing's wrong, and I swear it was, if you saw his art you would understand, it's really quite dreadful. Please don't. Please, nobody else has to get hurt.
What did you do?
What did I do? I guess I asked. I shouldn't have. Bruce is a real weirdo, but he's got certain skills. He's got certain friends, and he told me he could help with this, and I agreed to let him.
Okay, where can we find Bruce?
Bruce? Well, I don't know. What are you gonna do to him? Please don't hurt him. He's so. I guess he's not harmless, but he's a little bit harmless. He lives out in the out by the mountains.
Do you think that Bruce is the person who's been killing your old flame's husbands?
Oh, I don't think Bruce would do it himself, but he says he has a friend who can take care of these things for him. He gets up to some weird shit out there, living out by himself, all alone out in the hills. And I don't know exactly who he got to help or who he sent to do this for him, but
Okay, so clearly things have gotten out of control, out of hand, rather drastically. There's another locket that is unaccounted for.
What you told me you talked to everybody.
Oh, I talked to everybody except for this last locket. There were 4.
So you did.
Just to be clear, you said there were 4 lockets that were sold.
Yeah.
And we saw.
And so as you've been talking, one thing he's been talking about, this dude Ront. You have no idea who Ront is.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But so he initially seems like a little bit confused because you told him that you already knew about everybody. And basically what he tells you is that the one person who he was actually intending to be killed,
taken
basically, is this guy Ront, who is a painter and who is the spouse of Tagazigs. So it's Ront and Tagazigs who live up in the north part of town. She is a poet. He's an artist. Apparently not very good. And the other thing that Tarlin tells you is that Ront he's an anamorph. By which I mean he's a painter who uses anamorphosis, which is he paints these messages into the bottoms of his paintings that you can only view if you're looking at them from a particular angle. And they're rather insulting. Yeah.
Okay.
And so yes.
You mentioned you don't want anyone else to get hurt. We don't want that.
Well, other than Ront, no.
So
if you wait a few hours, I'm sure. I don't know who else would be who would be at risk. If you just wait a couple of hours, this will all be over.
Indeed.
Why would it be over?
Well, it's if the pattern holds, then tonight there would be another death, and I don't. It burn through everybody else. Ront would be the only one left.
So there aren't any other lovers that you failed to mention?
Not in this town. And so he gives you the address of the Ziggs residence, which is up in the northern part of the city, right next to the city walls.
Okay. one moment. And I bring the group back into a corner to strategize here. What do we do about him?
And Tarlin's just like sipping his drink and like staring at you. Yeah.
I think we need to bring him with us.
I agree.
And then we need to go to Ranth and warn him before he gets brutally murdered tonight.
Also agree. Group? Thoughts?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
All right, Ajax, were you gonna say something? It looked like you were about to say something.
I was like, we could bring him, possibly he could get killed, or we do bring him and wait to see who's about to come, because we don't want to alarm the people.
Agree.
Who especially the husband who's about to get killed. To alarm them, he could be nearby. Whoever's trying to kill him, it could mess up the entire plan. We can't catch him.
Well, I think we should warn the person that they're about to die, or that they're at least on a list to die.
True.
We do have to let them know that we're there to protect them. There may be a potential target. Well, they are a target, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we shouldn't give too much of a presence. So maybe we might have to
One or two.
make it one or two people go inside, and the other people, and a few of us could just scout while we're around, just to be safe.
It's a good idea.
Okay.
Okay, so you head. We'll say sure. So you want to bring Tarlin along?
Yes.
Ah! So Tarlin is not happy about this, but you guys are pretty intimidating, and so you start to bring him away, and the bartender and Tarlin goes back and pays the bar tab he's been racking up just day drinking throughout the day, and then you drag him up to the Zig's residence. So this is abutting the town walls to the north. It's this tall, thin building. Again, on the top, there's another one of these railings, sort of like Widow's Walk type things. It's directly attached to the town walls. There's a small plaza out in front of the home. There's a tree with a large tree in the middle of this plaza. So you go up to the door. One of you knocking on the door?
I will knock on the door.
Or is there something else you're doing?
I'll knock on the door.
Okay, and you have Tarlin with you?
I think Tarlin would be hanging out with the rest of the group. Whoever else wants to come with me.
So who's going with Siren, and who's going to hang out with Tarlin like by the tree?
Daughter will hang out by the tree.
Yeah, I would hang out by the tree.
And
right.
Ajax, are you going with Siren?
I guess I'm going with Siren.
Okay. All right. So, So the tiefling blood hunter and the dragonborn paladin go, come up to the door, knock on the door, and a half orc, a female half orc opens the door. She has a shaved head, pale greenish skin. She's got like one tooth protruding, wearing this white shirt, some black pants cropped just below the knee, and she's wearing this brass heart-shaped necklace. And she just looks at you and looks up at both of you, and says, "Can I help you?"
Yes, actually, I think you can. There's been obviously a number of disturbances in the area, and
You want me to write a poem about it, or what?
I mean, you're welcome to write a poem about it, but I have more concerning news. We believe that you're going to be the target. Your family is going to be the target of the next attack.
What?
Yeah. So, long story short, we know all about your squabble, your situation with Tarlin.
Closes the door behind her and says, "I'm sorry, who are you?"
Here on official business. You see, these murders that have been going on are directly linked to that. Whoever is responsible for taking out your husband has been going a little crazy and taking out everyone else.
Sorry, taking out my husband? What?
Yeah. I noticed it's very
a
concerning.
full decision. Tarlin may have made a full decision, and let's just say anybody who he's been given a locket to their husbands have been killed. And your husband is going to be targeted tonight.
Whoever? Who else has Tarlin been giving lockets to?
Oh shit.
Well, let's see. And then I kind of go back into all the murders that have happened, and then the men and the women associated with that.
And as you do this, she looks over your shoulder and she sees Tarlin just like hanging out, like trying to get over by the tree. And she just like pushes you out of the way and like storms over and just slaps him. And she's a half orc. He's like this like a little halfling. And
I told you not to bring him.
So long story short, she's not very happy about this. None of this.
None of it.
I'm also not really happy about any of this. Finally, after I'm not going to narrate through the
exchange,
all of the verbal abuse that starts being hurled, not undeservedly towards Tarlin, and also so she Taga returns to you and says, "Well, all right. So you're here on official business. Well, what are you doing about this?"
We're trying to catch whoever is going to come try to kill your husband, and who has already killed several husbands.
From what we know, it must be some sort of undead creature.
Okay. And all right. So, and what are you? Okay. So you're telling me there's an undead creature coming to kill us.
Coming to kill your husband.
Not you, your husband.
Yes.
Okay. And so what do you propose we do about this?
We should defend your husband and make sure that they don't die.
But we have to do this in an inconspicuous manner. But one where we can still keep an eye on your husband. Where is he now?
Where he normally is, up on the roof, painting.
Oh, shit. I hope we're not too late already. We need to, and we already have people on the outside keeping guard and looking out for anything suspicious. But we should.
So,
yeah.
Here's what I'll say. First thing is, what, if anything, are you going to tell Ront?
Good question. We'll just tell him that we're here to look at his art. We're as buyers. We can't have him being suspicious. Huh?
For the next couple hours?
Oh, what time is it?
It's 6.
Well, it's probably 7:30 now.
Okay.
You know that these murders have been happening around midnight, plus or minus an hour or two.
Okay.
I think we should just tell him so then he could know to get ready.
Okay.
To be on the defense. I would want to know if I'm going to be ripped apart in 3 hours.
Are you going to tell him why?
We can make something up.
Okay, what are you going to make up to tell Ron?
I think we tell Ron that
a hater of his art.
No, that that there's a very specific positioning on those who've been attacked, and it's always the husband within the house, and this house is in the last point of that position.
Okay, all right. We'll just say, sure, he goes along with that, and I will pull up on Elder a map of the house.
Okay.
Those two trees, it's the same tree, right? Just first floor, second floor, etc. Going around this house inside, it is just full of colorful glass baubles, canvas, paper. It's just a colorful mess of a studio. The whole first floor is full of these canvases of what is obviously Ront's art. Lots of cityscapes of Nogvrad that are clearly painted from the same angle above. The bottom of each of them is this weird vertically striated pattern, which you assume must be what Tarlin was talking about. Tilted up, you can say it just says fuck off to whoever is reading it from like a certain height. And the second floor, much more sort of calm and organized, but there's a writing desk where Taga obviously works, and then up on the top again, adjoining the town walls is this like widow's walk that is connected directly to the ramparts where Ron typically paints. When you meet Ron, he has this sort of scraggly long black hair, sort of haunted eyes, like he doesn't get much sleep, brown pants. He's not wearing a shirt. He just has this, he's just like going around, shirtless, chest, this massive, like these detailed floral tattoos. But he honestly doesn't seem to pay you much attention. You tell him this story and he's just like, sure, whatever, do what you need to do. And he just like goes back to like painting on the roof. So what would you folks like to do to prepare for whatever you assume is coming?
So how does his Animorph power work? He can draw.
Oh, it's not a power.
Okay.
It's just an artistic technique.
Okay.
It's basically like if you've ever seen like it's like basically there's a technique where you,
like
for
on
example,
the page.
Like no. It's like if you have if you like, for example, with text, if you write text like very, very thinly
And
with just like a
long.
little bit of angle, then if you tilt it, then basically you can read the text from below, whereas from straight on it just looks like, like a zebra pattern.
Okay. Okay.
Got it.
Which in the real world is a technique that goes back to like the 1500s. Since there's side note, there have been examples of people like in like the 1500s, I think, like putting like these pictures of skulls in their paintings that are like weirdly distorted. So you have to be standing at this, like, if you're looking at the painting from like a strange angle, that you see a skull, and otherwise it just looks strange. Anyways, not important. So what
optical illusions.
Like to prepare to try to what's your strategy? What's your tactic?
Well, we know that it happens fast.
And it comes through the alleys.
Potentially. Yes. We should keep our eye open to the nearest alley to here.
Yeah. And like probably have people on the corners of the alleyways leading up to the house. Or is that too separate?
That might be too separate. What if they come through a different way?
Oh, or we can have a lookout on top.
Yes.
Because they can see all around.
Yes.
Okay, so who's going to be at the lookout?
I'll be at the lookout.
But you can fight.
True. But everyone can
Whoever's
fight.
the most swiftest, who has the best.
Actually, Kara,
agility.
because the more range she has, the better anyway.
That is true.
Okay.
So we'll say
there you go.
Sure, we'll say Kara is up on the roof sniping.
Yes.
Yep. All right. What's everybody else going to be doing?
I don't want to do it right now, but like when it gets within maybe like around an hour of when it's like we think the killing's going to happen, I want to cast Find Familiar and have my Weasel Familiar kind of be on a watch around the perimeter, sniffing around, looking around, trying to
Let's say we were jumping
find
to
the killer.
Let's say we're jumping to like, I don't know, 10:30 p.m. or something. And this is at 10:30 p.m. Kara up on the roof.
Yeah.
Nami summoning a weasel. This is the first time this has happened, right? So what does Weasel Familiar looks like to everybody? And do they have a name?
Sure. Yes. So it just looks like a regular weasel.
Regular weasel.
Just a weasel. Regular weasel. We'll say. Wait, let me Google weasel.
I'm gonna do the same.
It's the weasel. It's kind of like has a white belly and kind of like a reddish brown top half. And the weasel's name is, one second, I had a name, I'm just getting it up. And the weasel's name is,
It's so cute.
No, the weasel's name is Lumiko,
Aw.
Lumiko. Okay, so Lumiko
Yeah.
the weasel.
which behind the scenes, I lazily named it. It's just Weasel in Finnish.
That's cute.
That is very cute.
That is cute. Okay, and so where are you and the Finnish weasel hanging out?
So
What's your plan?
I'd send the weasel, I think, kind of around the alleys, and I'm probably sitting on a roof somewhere because I think if I'm within 100 feet, I'm like telepathically linked to it, so like I can see out of its eyes or something like that.
On a nearby.
Yeah, I can communicate with it telepathically if I'm within 100 feet. Yeah.
Okay, so you tell people that the official business from the Starosta, which isn't completely true, but like we'll go with it. Nearby roof. If you want to put yourself in this like gray rectangle I made.
I can't see anything on Owlbear, by the way.
Oh yeah, I don't have a map.
Yeah, I can't see anything.
Owlbear
Me
might
neither.
be broken.
Wait, nobody else can see anything?
Nope.
I was able to see the last map you had up before, but
Let me try refreshing it.
while you do that, I'm going to grab my water that I
You see
forgot
it?
to bring.
Nope.
Not yet.
Owlbear Rodeo. Wonderful. Okay, let me try loading it again.
Okay, we see that.
And then you can't see that?
No.
Mm-mm.
We saw the
Okay,
other
so
map,
I'm just
though.
going to share.
So weird.
All right.
Nope, hold on. Okay, so you can see this on the on Discord, the share screen.
Oh, 1 second.
Yeah, I can
will.
see that.
Yeah.
Okay, so not sure why you can't see why Owlbear is failing us today, but
Yeah.
you can see that there.
Yeah.
And so again, I said these two trees are the same, right? This is just left part is sort of first floor, middle part is second floor, right part is above. Okay, Adrex, what are you doing?
I guess I can be kind of the front line defense, so I can be at the front door.
Okay, inside or outside?
Outside, so I can see if anything's coming first.
Okay. Daughter?
Daughter is also going to be outside. Probably like not on the same corner as Adrax, but like kind of kitty corner to that.
Sorry, in the alley?
Yeah.
Like back here?
Sorry, sorry, chat. Give us a second to get this figured out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and Siren.
I will. Whoops. I guess I'll stay in the middle of everything.
Inside? Which floor?
Outside.
Outside. Okay. Just like off like by the outside, like by the tree?
Do we have?
Anyone covering the left side? Maybe. Sorry, I'm a little disoriented. So you said these aren't alleyways though. These are just.
There are alleyways on both sides of the building.
Okay.
So we'll say daughter is in this alleyway, and immediately and we'll say
Okay.
there is actually a building to the right of her, but what is shown to the right of her is just the second floor of the building.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I just want to cover any gaps. So whether that means
Do we have? Yeah.
Go to the right of the building or the left of it.
Or do we have any way of communicating with each other? I mean,
Yelling.
fantasy earpieces.
Kara got anything?
You do not.
Huh.
I think yelling is probably the only thing we have.
Okay, so where are you going, Siren?
Just put me to the left of the building.
Okay. And so final question is, where would you like Tarlin, Taga, and Ront to be?
I think Ron should stay where he is
Okay.
because
Yeah.
he's right there with Kara. I think Taga should stay inside
I agree.
and say anything if there's something going on, and then we should get Tarlin to be outside.
With us.
Yeah, I think where he's there is fine.
All right. So with that is you folks set up, set the stage for your hopefully sort of second order ambush, trying to ambush the ambushers. I'd like everybody to go ahead as the night is drawing along to make a perception check.
Let's see.
And Siren, I'd also like you to make one for Kara.
Okay.
Or Will, I would like you to make one for Kara.
Daughter got 23.
Okay.
I got a 9.
Siren got a 5, and
14.
Okay.
Kara got a, what's her perception? Advantage, so I'm going to roll that again. Haha, good. Because that first one was not good. Okay, she's got a 11.
11.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Sniper only got an 11.
yes. So, so as the night gets darker, it gets closer to midnight. You are all trying to keep an eye out on the area, just watching the street, watching these alleys, etc. And So, daughter, you have a 23. We'll start with you. Have the highest, the highest roll. You are in the back of this alley, all the way up next to the town walls. We'll say you don't see anything. However, you do start to this smell of rot and decay starts to just suffuse the air around you, coming from somewhere, but you don't see anything. What do?
I call out, I smell something, look alive, and to the whole group. And then I bang on the house window so that Taga can hear.
Okay, so you bang on the wall and you shout this, so, Will, I would like you to make one more perception check for Kara.
All right. Dice gods be with us. Fuck. That
He has
is.
advantage.
Oh, advantage. Oh, you're right. You're right.
Come on, roll better. Come on.
I'm gonna grab the physical dice.
Yeah. The DB be kind of.
I mean, it's all random generated. It's all random. But there is something.
Quickly.
A miss.
It's right here.
I was trying to find the special one. This will do. It's a heavy one.
Come on.
Okay, much better. That's a 14.
Okay.
A 14. Unfortunately,
Oh, damn it.
is not enough. And so Kara fails to notice as this just mass of shadow silently climbs over those city walls. Approaches and is going to and makes an attack, and what she doesn't notice anything until until
That's not good.
oh god, that's exactly enough. As this creature comes from behind and with two great slashes from these claws rends into Ront. Unsuspectingly on this widow's walk, Ront falls to his knees, the body already starting to go stiff. Falls down. Kara whips around, and there's this creature of shadow and darkness with these long claws and this long bifurcated tongue, standing in front of her, ready to take her out as a witness as well. She shouts down. You all hear as as Kara's voice echoes out from atop the widow's walk, and now just shouting, "There's something here!" And Nami, you see this from across the roof, and I'd like everybody to roll for initiative.
Here we go.
And I will go ahead and put...
Daughter got 5.
15 for Adrax.
I got a 14.
I also got 5.
5. 15. What'd you get, Siren?
14.
14. You want to roll for Kara as well?
Yes. Her initiative is +3. Okay, so she got a 13.
13. Okay. Let me just...
Nami, I got a 5. Again.
Okay, so Adrax, you are the first one up. So you hear this Kara's voice just shouting from the top of this building. You are all the way on the ground. What do you want to do?
I guess I pull the what's his name again? Tom.
I don't know.
The guy who was with me outside.
Carlin.
Yeah, bring him inside and tell him like stay here, and I try to make it upstairs to the next floor.
Okay. So using the dash action.
Yeah.
Okay, so then that will get you about 5, 10, 15, 20. Your speed is 30?
Yes.
Okay. Well, actually, because these staircases are sort of aligned all the way up, is 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That will actually get you... Actually, that's actually completely doable. That gets you all the way right up.
Let's go.
Yeah, as you can't do it, get attack now. Use your action to dash, but you run all. You want to end with yourself between the other two.
Yeah, put myself between them.
Okay, so just dash up the stairs, slide in. Put your shield up, putting yourself between this huge undead. The scent is horrible, just emanating off this creature between yourself and the now just like dead body of Arant and Kara, who's trying to get up her like long rifle to attack this creature who's right behind her or right behind you. Siren.
I'm going to do the same.
Okay, so using the dash action, that'll get you 5. What's your speed?
30.
30, 5, 10. So, unfortunately, because you're around the corner, that's not going to get you quite far enough. You are sort of at the bottom of this stairwell, looking up, and you see at the top of the stairs, two stories up, Adrax standing there, looking at something immediately before him. But you can't, you don't see what he's looking at.
Okay.
All right. So that brings it to Kara. So, Will, what's Kara gonna do?
Kara is going to use Ray of Frost, I think. Is this it's a cantrip. Okay. So it is a frigid beam of blue-white light strikes 10 feet. Okay, blah, blah, blah. The spell's damage is increased by 1d8 when you reach. Okay. Do I just roll? Oops. Yeah, it's a regular attack. So yeah, Ray of Frost at this ghastly creature. Does a 17 hit?
A 17 will hit.
Okay, great. We're gonna do 1d8. Roll.
So while he's rolling, Kara ruffles through her bag of holding and pulls out this device, this sort of like long tube, pulls it up and fires, and this beam of just like cold blue energy, freeze ray shoots out from her freeze ray. And how much damage does it do?
It only does 3 damage.
What kind of damage? Cold damage?
Cold damage, yeah.
Okay, yeah, this creature, you see these, this sort of like light coating of frost start to spread across the creature's body, but it looks pretty unfazed by it. That is going to, in response, it looks momentarily at Kara, but again, it is just didn't do much to it, and its attention is directed back directly towards the enormous black dragonborn who's standing in front of it. And Adrax, it is going to make it's going to start by raking into you with its claws. That is going to be a 15 to hit.
Nope, 18. It would need 18.
Okay, all right. So it fails to hit you with the claws, but as it swipes in towards you with the claws, and you bash it away with the shield, and it comes around from the other side, and it's going to try to make a bite attack on you. That is a 15. Nope. And again, you're just able to just keep it off of you. This horrible stench, you're just sort of wincing, trying to keep it away. Wave of nausea starting to overcome you. Daughter, you are down in the alley. What would you like to do? You hear fighting now going on 2 stories above you.
Am I able to see the creature from where I'm standing on this?
Where you're standing, no.
Okay. Would I need to then come around the front to be able to do that?
If you can, unless you have you could try to sort of scale the wall to get up. Otherwise, you're going to have to try to run around to the inside of the building.
There's no way I could see them from outside?
No. If you look, it's like it is it gets
blocked in
10 feet. Yeah, exactly. So,
all right, yeah. Inside and start trying to run upstairs. And I have 30 feet, so if I use dash, does that do anything?
Use a dash, it gets you just into the middle of the room.
Okay.
On the next turn, you'd probably be able to get up.
Okay.
Anything you want to do with a bonus action or anything?
With my bonus action, I'd like to get into my starry form.
Yes, and so you too become in your own way a creature of shadow, just becoming this sort of this right next to Tarlin, who looks at you in just in shock as you turn into this sort of cloud of darkness, these pinpoints of light emitting from your starry form. Nami, you are on a rooftop across the street, looking at this. What do you want to do?
Mm-hmm. First off, where is my weasel at this point?
I thought the weasel was with you. Is that not what you wanted? It will be wherever you wanted it to
I was having the weasel kind of walk around the alleyways. So somewhere below me.
So we'll say that the weasel can be back sort of near where Daughter was.
Yeah, so first thing, I'll have just the weasel dash to get as close to the creature as it can for its action.
Okay. What's its speed?
So that would be, I have to give you the speed. 30 feet.
Okay, and do you want it to also try to like run inside, or do you want it to try to like scurry up the side of the building?
I think scurry up the side of the building.
Okay, go ahead and make an athletics check for it.
Nice.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. Yeah, sure. What's its name? Lakami?
Lamiko.
Finish Weasel scurries up the side of the building. Lamiko. Scurries up the side of the building, hops over the top, and so Adrax, you see this little weasel climb up the side of the building as well, and next to you. What is the weasel doing? Anything?
Yeah, I just want the weasel to kind of act as a distraction. Just like try to distract a creature as much as it can, because familiars can't attack, I don't think, but they can do anything else. Yeah.
Sure. Okay. We'll say it's we'll allow it to sort of like take the help action to help. It's like dancing around this creature.
Yeah.
Distracted. What are you doing anything else on your turn?
Yeah, on my turn. Is there any way that I can get over there, like from roof to roof, or am I gonna have to get down and then go over?
You're gonna have to. It is probably 10, 20, 30, 40 feet from your roof to its roof. We'll say you're on the other side of the plaza, so you had a good view. You could make a ranged attack from where you are, but if you want to make a melee attack, you'd have to go down and over and up.
Yeah. All right, so here's what I'll do. I'll make a ranged attack, and then I'll use cunning action to dash as close as I can to the creature.
Okay. Did it not take a bonus action to control the familiar? It just.
All right, so. Oh yeah, let me double check that.
And Adrax will be up next. Okay. It would be Ron, but Ron got killed in one hit.
Oh no!
It was 2d6 plus 5, and I rolled 2 5s. And he hit 15.
Oh no!
Oh god!
This thing is a beast.
I think the only thing I think as an action I can temporarily dismiss it, but just says it acts independently of.
Great, perfect. Okay, so go ahead and make your attack.
Yeah, it rolls its own initiative, so yeah. Alright, so attacking with a short bow. We'll just do it in D&D Beyond. Boop.
Ooh.
Nice.
That hits.
23 to hit.
With the partial cover of like Adrax, who's sort of between you. Yes. You fire and it's sort of actually it's you can see the top of it above Adrax, and go ahead and make roll for damage.
Boom. It's going to take 6 damage. 6 piercing damage.
6 piercing damage. Okay. So this Adrax, this bolt from out of nowhere comes soaring over your shoulder and pierces into this creature. Nami, we're going to say that like you can actually. Do you want to run like inside this building and down, or are you like trying to like hop off the side and land like?
How's this building that I'm on right now?
Same as the other. So you're on the 3rd story right now.
Ooh, I have good acrobat, but I feel like that might not be a good idea to jump off a 3rd story building.
So we'll say you just run down. We'll just say you're able to run down and out, and so yep. All right. And so this bolt goes piercing into the creature, just soaring over your shoulder, Adrax. Adrax, what are you doing in response?
So what I want to do is I want to use Divine Smite against this creature.
Okay.
So let me roll for hits. An 11.
That does not hit.
Okay. Dang it.
Yeah, so it was surprise. It's incredibly dexterous and nimble, and it just you think you're going to hit, but it has just shifted slightly out of the way, and you miss it. And these two intertwining tongues just sneering at you. Bonus action? Anything?
Going to let's see. Do I have anything? Probably just ready a normal battle axe attack for my next one. Oh wait,
so you're no bonus action. You're just sort of getting ready.
Yeah, just getting ready.
Okay. So Siren, you don't see what Adrex is fighting, but you see his battle axe charge up with this like radiant glow, and you see him sort of swing down and then look in surprise. You're at the bottom of the stairs. You want to dash up the stairs or run up the stairs?
I should be able to just run up, right?
Yeah. So that's yeah.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you sure. We'll say you're sort of able to get over here if you want.
Okay.
With your movement, and then what would you like to do with your action?
Yeah, I just want to do a regular basic attack with my Shivering Blade. Well, actually, before I do that, I want to use my Crimson Right.
Yes.
And engulf my blade in fire.
Slicing your blade across your hand, and it erupts in flames. So you take some damage for doing that, right?
Yep. I gotta roll a d4. So, damn, I take 3 damage.
You take 3 damage, and then, all right, go ahead and make your attack.
All right, and then I attack with my burning Shivering Blade. Does a 14 hit?
A 14 does not hit.
Oh no!
You're still sort of like wincing, and your hand is throbbing in pain. And you swing down, but the pain from your hand causes you to go wide, and you don't hit this creature. Is Kara going to do anything?
Absolutely. Kara will probably take a step back into the corner as much as she can, just to get more range.
One of the bronze painting that was up here goes tumbling over the side of the building, crashes down next to Nami. Nami's not going to care anymore. What do you do?
Yeah. With this is one called a lightning launcher. Oh, she has a magical musket though, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, she's just gonna take that magical musket and do a attack.
All right, go for it. If he's just a normal musket, but yeah.
Yeah. And so she got a 19 to hit.
19, that'll hit.
Okay. So then we'll do the damage, which is 1d. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Go away. All right.
12.
How do I get this to go away?
Just click on to yours because you can roll there.
Okay.
1d12 plus 4.
11 damage.
11 points of damage. All right. As Kara from like quite close behind you takes what for a musket is essentially a point blank shot. A blow with this and this ball, small metal ball, goes plunging into this creature. It looks like it just like blasts a hole through this creature, but then like the swirl of the shadow sort of seems to reform, but it seems like it has taken a significant chunk of damage. A normal creature at this point would probably turn and run, but it seems to be holding its ground. It does not seem to have any fear of for its own mortality, and it is going to. With this action, it is going to. Guess can't really. Okay, so Adrax actually, go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh,
Constitution saving throw. Let's see. Let's see here. Constitution. 5.
5. Okay. This wave of nausea again rolls over you from this creature, and you are poisoned. So you are going to have a disadvantage on your attacks, and there are going to be advantages on attacks against you.
So is poison not the same effect as disease?
It is not a disease,
Not okay.
but it is. Are you immune to the poisoned condition?
I'm immune to disease.
It is not a disease,
So
unfortunately.
not a disease. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
No, it is,
thought
but
paladins
it's
were.
from the stench of this. It's basically it's the poison condition, but really it's just like you're feeling really sick to your stomach.
Okay.
Because there's just like this awful scent from like 5 feet away from you.
Right.
And it is going to then it's going to make its claw attack against you. It's an
Okay.
18.
Yep. That's gonna hit.
All right, so that's going to be 12 points of slashing damage as these long elongated claws just rake into you, and you need to make another Constitution saving throw.
Oh god. Oh god. Let's see.
Ooh.
22.
22.
Okay.
Okay, you are.
Hey.
So as it slashes into you, you start to feel your body tense up and freeze up, but you're able to push your way through it. Just in time as it comes in for a bite attack on you is a 15, which misses, and so you're able to just get yourself out of the, push yourself past this, and force yourself out of the way before it's able to bite into you. Daughter, it's your turn.
Okay. Is there a way for me to get onto the third floor?
Yep, so that'd be so like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You could dash up, but then you wouldn't be able to attack. Although you can use your bonus action to do things. But like would you like to use your action to dash?
Yeah, I'll do the dash. I'll dash up and then
Okay.
use my bonus
So it's
action.
5, 10, 15, 20. So you get to here, and it is crowded around you.
Yeah.
What do you want to try to do? You've got like 15 more feet of movement.
Oh, I have 15 more feet of movement.
From there.
Yeah, can I move over to the other corner across from Kara? Like
Yes, you can do that.
behind.
That would be
yeah.
that would perfect. Okay, and then what would you like to do? Bonus action?
Bonus action, I'd like to use my starry form archer attack.
Okay, go ahead. And Nami, you're up next.
Nope, I got a 13.
Oh, you pull back this bolt of radiant energy that goes soaring off and right over the walls of the city, illuminating the greenery beyond, but unfortunately not hitting the creature as much. Nami.
All right. I want to have Lumiko jump onto the creature's face.
Okay.
So
Go
just
ahead.
try to obscure its vision.
Go ahead and make it a grapple attack for Lumiko.
Lumiko.
Let's picture 5. Just jumping
Come on,
so
Lumiko. No.
I rolled a 2.
Oh
Okay.
no!
So what we'll say is that Lumiko is successfully distracting this creature. So when you if you attack it, you can go ahead and do it at advantage. But it's crawling all over it. It's distracted, but it's not blinded by this.
Then for me, I'd like to try to scale the building.
Go ahead
And
and make an athletics check.
Attack if I can in one turn.
I thought about it too.
Can I do acrobatics instead?
Climbing a building would be athletics. Actually,
Okay,
I'll say I'll let you.
that's fair.
If you would like to, I'll let you run into the alley and sort of hop your way from building to building, like from the two sides, and make.
Ooh.
Ooh. That'd be fun. All right. So then I can do acrobatics for that, though?
All right. Come on. Good roll. Good roll.
All right. Here we go. That wasn't great. Wait. 14?
14. Sure. Why not? Yes. Great. So
right.
we'll say you run up and sort of hop your way between, from between the two buildings, hopping your way up, and then with a 14, and you tumble onto the body of Rond and find yourself just like lying on top of like this now dead half-orc's body. Action.
Gross. So was that was just regular movement up, or was that all my movement?
That was all of your movement.
Okay. Then I guess for my action, since I'm still not in melee range right now.
Nope.
Although if I did, question. If I did dash as my cunning action,
Yep.
could I then
stand
go
up
up
and
and
move
attack
around.
and then
Yep.
just kind of run around the? Yeah,
You wouldn't be able to attack. Sorry.
Alright, so I'll do
With
that.
your
I'll
bonus-
use-
You're saying with your bonus action, your cunning action, bonus action. Yeah, you
Yeah,
could use your rest of your movement to get up and move behind them. You want to do that?
All right, so yeah, I'll do that. Then
So hop,
I will-
fall on the orc.
So now-
Get up, move around behind him, and
I'm going to cast Booming Blade.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna do Booming Blade. So I'm gonna use my Driftwood Dagger for that attack, and I have advantage. Correct?
You do.
Right.
Because your weasel is like crawling all over this guy, keeping him distracted.
You're also flanking.
Wow, that was so double it. I don't think 16 doesn't hit though, does it? Does it?
16 hits? Yeah.
Hey. All right, so also this is my Driftwood Dagger, so I got a little bit of extra speed and movement, and some cool wind stuff happens. But with Booming Blade, what happens when I go to attack and I like stamp my front foot down? What happens is kind of like a magic circle appears around the creature, but like it's like invisible, or like it happens so fast no one really knows but me.
Yep.
So there's now invisible magic circle around the creature, and if something happens, we'll get to what happens then.
Sure. Yep.
But my regular attack, so it's going to take 8 piercing damage.
Yep.
And then let me find a D8. Then 3 lightning. Oh wait, what? Should I roll the wrong die? Then it's going to take 5 lightning damage.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. You slash into the back of this creature, and this surge of electricity burns through, and you start to see these singe marks from the electricity across the back of this creature. But again, there's this horrible scent radiating off, and you're starting to feel sick to your stomach just from being so close to it. Siren, go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
All right. Ooh, I got an 8.
All right, and you also are poisoned now.
Hey.
It's just doing everything you can not to just to vomit. Just trying to stay awake and stay vertical. And what would you like to do?
I have disadvantage on attacks.
Yeah, you do.
Even I'm not flanking it directly though, right? Yeah.
You're not.
Yeah, the best option I have, I think, is going to be. I'm going to use Blur.
Okay.
I'm going to use that so that I can hopefully avoid getting double slashed by this thing. But for now, I guess that would mean it wouldn't have advantage on me anymore. It would just have a regular. If it were to attack me.
And so
cancel out.
with your katana, you hold it and you focus, and suddenly for everybody else, your form starts to shift, making you hard to track.
Mm-hmm. I think that's all I can do on that turn. Is that a bonus action, or just a regular action?
I think that's a regular action.
Okay,
Yeah.
and that's all I'll do.
Okay. Adrex,
Yes.
it's up to you. And so So this creature now, Nami is on the other side of it. Siren is to the left of it. You're starting to surround it. It's starting to look around, not because it's frightened, but it's looking to see how it can get out of this particularly tenuous situation. What are you doing?
I will see. I can try to go for another divine smite hit.
Okay.
Okay.
And it's a normal attack because you have disadvantage from being poisoned, but you have advantage because you're flanking.
Okay. Normal attack. Roll. Ugh, these rolls are so bad. It's 3, not gonna hit.
No. Unfortunately not. You're distracted by Siren. Suddenly, the sort of visual effect that's happening with him, and you're not able to hit. Siren is. Oh, actually, so any bonus action?
No bonus action for me. No.
Okay. And what's Car doing?
A suit of armor, magical tinkering. Okay, she is just going to do another
Shooting attack.
musket attack. Yeah. So I'm gonna roll a d20, and that's plus what? 6. 12 probably doesn't hit.
Does not hit. The creature now is going to try to back up and hide itself in the shadows on this. Even though it's so close to you, it's still trying to do this. As it moves back, 2 things happen. The first thing is Siren, you get an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
The second thing is the booming blade will trigger. So Siren first.
Okay.
It's trying to get out of this flanking situation.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to hit it.
No, unfortunately, as it's backing up, it's starting to fade into the darkness, and for a moment you have trouble seeing exactly where it is, and you don't hit. However, Nami, the booming blade.
So yeah, once it breaks that magic circle, it's going to get hit with a big, booming thunder stuff.
Thunder stuff. Great.
It's gonna thunder stuff. It's gonna take 7 thunder damage.
Okay, it's this enormous clap of thunder rolls over the area, and you start to hear cries of alarm and shrieks from people from the nearby buildings who, as this just incredibly loud noise echoes out over this courtyard from next door. Daughter, that brings it to you. So this creature is backing away from the rest, and it doesn't look hurt so much, but its form is starting to look like anemic and weakened, as it's starting to scrabble backwards. What are you doing?
Okay, I'm gonna hit it with guiding bolt.
Awesome.
Okay, I got a dirty 20.
Ooh. That hits.
Ooh.
Roll for damage.
19 radiant damage.
Yes.
All right. How do you take this thing out?
Huh?
How do you take it out?
How do you take it out?
Describe it.
So I go and I pull my archer back, pull it back, and then it's actually a guiding bolt, and this like radiant bolt of energy goes and pierces into the creature.
Okay, so this bolt of radiant energy goes thundering past all of you as this creature is backing up towards the edge of this building, towards the edge of like the Widow's Walk. As it backs up straight into this bolt of light and radiant energy, which surges into it, and these beams of light start orbiting and spiraling into this creature of darkness, its form, and it as you watch the entire form of this creature, it screams, and the entire form just sort of like, it seems like to sizzle up and dissipate as it just gets essentially sent back to wherever it was from. And that's where we'll end it today. Nice work, folks.
Yay!
We got there.
Cousin next time.
Yeah.
Oh, that was nuts.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, I had a. I'm so mad I missed all of my attacks.
Mine too, man.
Yeah, there were some really good rolls in some parts of this game, and some just really, really terrible rolls in other parts.
Yeah.
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 Like that.
Yeah, goodness.
Woo. Good job, daughter. Once again, holding it down for the group.
Seriously, the MVP of the party.
Always.
Woo! 19 radiant damage. That's wild.
So, although
It's a crazy
Druids, man.
move.
is that creature
Yeah, it's crazy.
weak to radiant damage as well?
No, actually. So, for background, your characters don't know this, but that was a, and this is not going to be a spoiler because it won't matter later. But this was a shadow ghast, which is like a ghast is an undead creature. It's a very smelly undead creature. A shadow ghast is this like sort of like dark assassin sort of variant of it. It's actually not like it's not vulnerable to any particular types of damage, but it is like it's resistant to necrotic and immune to poison. So I mean, luckily none of you are like trying to deal necrotic damage to it. That's not exactly
that wouldn't work.
your style. So no, it wasn't vulnerable to radiant, but like I don't know, 19 radiant damage to anything at this level is just like killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to roll 4d6, so that's why.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah,
cool.
guiding bolt is awesome.
Trying to hit it with my divine smite. I was like, oh, it's probably undead, right? So I could do this. Nothing. No hit.
Yeah, no, that would have been great. But
Woo, that was sick.
Ooh, yeah.
Awesome. Well, happy 4th to everybody.
Yeah.
Happy
Yes.
4th.
Great session.
Yes, happy 4th.
Do y'all have any plans for the rest of your night for the 4th?
I'm going to my in-laws. We're going to play some probably code names.
Okay.
I'm going to
fine.
see if I can convince them to play. I got this game, The Great Dalmoody, which is ostensibly like a D&D themed game,
Okay.
card game. I don't know. We'll see. They probably won't go for that. We'll play code names. But
That's fun.
what about y'all?
We're probably gonna visit her cousin and watch some fireworks.
Yeah.
That's most likely the plan. We got to figure out when we'll leave here to do that, but that's what that's looking like. But for Zach, what about you?
Nothing.
Awesome.
Just chilling, staying in, relaxing, hoping that the fireworks aren't too bad for the dog.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
What about you, Kesa?
She doesn't seem to be scared of them.
Nothing too crazy for
Just
me. Just
bark.
gonna relax and probably get some things done, and then play some games and watch the fireworks on TV.
Awesome.
Feel you. Well, make sure chat you all are following everyone on here. I'm gonna leave their links right now. There you go. Dana wasn't able to make it today, but our next session we should have everybody, and that'll be another great time.
Mm-hmm.